Hello and welcome to Vox Populi. You are now stepping into the literary lounge where stories speak and minds awaken. Today, we begin our very first journey with a voice that refused to be silenced.
Even saying her name feels emotional. It feels like she's still somewhere in those pages waiting for us.
Let us begin by walking into that annex. Close your eyes for a moment and picture it.
A narrow staircase, shadows, whispers, the smell of paper and fear.
And in the middle of it, all a girl writing her heart out in a diary covered in red checks. Anne did not write to be remembered, she wrote because it was the only space where she could breathe.
You know what always surprises me? She never lets fear drown her voice. Even in hiding, she's bright.
That brightness is what makes the annex feel alive. Without Anne, it would be just a room. With her, it becomes a world.
And that world is not loud or grand. It is made of quiet courage.
And that is what makes her extraordinary. Courage that whispers, not shout. You know, the danger with history is that we sometimes turn it into numbers, dates, facts, lists.
Yes, but Anne Frank pulls us back into that human heartbeat of it.
Exactly. She reminds us that history is not something that happened to nameless people. It happened to a teenager who giggled, who argued, who dreamed, who felt lonely, and who wrote everything down because that was the only way to stay alive inside.
She turns a global tragedy into something deeply personal.
Tell me, who is Anne to you?
She is restless, honest, a bit dramatic, and very real. She thinks deeply, but she also laughs loudly. It feels like growing up and breaking down at the same time.
Beautifully said. And then there is Margaret, gentle as a whisper.
And Peter, awkward yet kind. Their little moments feel like stolen sunlight in a place that almost forgets the sky.
Yes, and Otto Frank, the quiet backbone of the annex. What I love is how every character shows a different way of surviving.
And how Anne watches them all, and suddenly she's not a child anymore.
What strikes me is how deeply modern Anne feels.
Yes, she's basically a teenager with a diary trying to figure out her emotions, her identity, her place in the world.
She talks about loneliness, self-doubt, frustration, friendships, her changing body, her dreams.
It sounds like a teenager writing on a locked notes app today.
Exactly. That is why she still speaks to students everywhere. Even though her danger was unimaginable, her questions are the same as yours. If you had to pick one theme from the diary for today's world, what would it be?
Hope. Not loud hope, but the kind that flickers even when the room is dark.
Exactly. Hope and the hunger to be heard, and keeps asking in her own way, will I ever be more than this room?
And she becomes so much more than she could ever have imagined.
Diaries today may look different. They might be digital tears typed at 2 a.m. or voice notes recorded when no one is listening.
But there are still places where we can tell the truth without filters.
And teaches us that writing is not just expression, it is survival. When the world shuts you in, writing becomes a window. What strikes you most about her writing?
It feels like she is talking to me. She does not sound like history. She sounds like a friend.
That intimacy is her power. She turns fear into clarity, sadness into lines that stay. Her diary is not polished or decorated, it is human.
Ma'am, it hurts that she never lived to know the world loved her words.
But maybe that is why the diary matters even more. It carries not just her thoughts, but the life she did not get to finish.
It is like the world is holding the pieces of the future she never got to live.
So, after all, how does Anne feel connected to your life, to students like you today?
Honestly, ma'am, when I read her diary, I stopped complaining about small things for a while. We get irritated about exams and deadlines and Wi-Fi, and she was writing about her fear and hunger and finding reasons to smile. But it is not just the guilt. I also feel seen. When she writes about feeling misunderstood by adults or confused about who is she becoming, it sounds exactly like a teenager today.
That is such an important bridge. Different time, different danger, same questions. Who am I? Does anyone really understand me? Will my voice matter?
Yes, and it makes me think that maybe we should all have a space like a diary. Not just social media where we post only our best moments, but a private place where we can be completely honest with ourselves.
Beautiful. So if a student is listening right now, sitting in a classroom or in a hostel room or in a small flat, what can they take from Anne?
I would say this. You may feel small, but your thoughts are not small. What you write about, what you feel, what you stand for can travel far beyond where you are right now.
Exactly. When you feel trapped by expectations or anxious about the future, remember a girl in a hidden annex who chose to keep thinking, questioning, and hoping. She did not know it yet. She was training her mind to stay alive even when her world was closing in.
So maybe the real message is simple. Do not silence yourself. Use your voice kindly, bravely, and honestly.
And know that one sincere voice can outlive walls, wars, and even time. Thank you for listening to Vox Populi. This was the Literary Lounge where stories speak and minds awaken. Tonight, we sat beside a girl who wrote in the dark and lit up the world.
Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and keep listening for more journeys into stories that still breathe and still teach us how to live.